Christmas is here. We've got a quadruple header of Big Ten games on Christmas. We're going to start off Wisconsin at Michigan State, followed by Maryland at Purdue, Michigan at Nebraska, and then the nightcap, Iowa at Minnesota. Just an unbelievable day of college basketball. Christmas should be. So we'll break it down. We have our excellent picks uh, to break down. So, Sean, Wisconsin will play at Michigan State. The line is already out. Michigan State is favored by, or they're underdogs by 1.5 points. Who wins this game?
I'm going to go with the favorites. I'm going to go with Wisconsin. I just think top to bottom, they're a better team. I like the guard play with Brad Davis and Demetrius Trice significantly more than I do with Rocket Watts and whoever else they want to throw out there right now. So as a whole, you have that. And then the 5 spot's the biggest question for Michigan State, and they have to find a way to defend both Nate Reavers and Micah Potter. I don't think they have the capability to do that, so I think Wisconsin will be able to win.
I will be going with Wisconsin as well. I just think you look at Michigan State, this is kind of a team I think still figuring it out. They got the big win at Duke early in the year. I think that kind of like inflated their status, like got people believing. But like outside of that, like being Notre Dame, not really all that impressive. Didn't get to play Virginia, so like you look at the Michigan State team, I think 6-1 with a win at Duke sounds great, but ultimately got blown out at Northwestern. I think this is a well-oiled, put together Wisconsin team that knows how to win on the road. That's won games on the road in much harsher environments. I'll take Wisconsin to win on the road, and it should be a really fun game. Certainly, always good to have daytime college basketball and daytime Christmas college basketball. This should be a fun game.
Yeah, it's definitely the one to pay the most attention to.
Yes, the next game, Maryland at Purdue. This Purdue is favored by 5 at home. This is a series that tends to be really close. I think last year the game came down to one possession, with I believe Maryland winning. A couple of years ago, I think Purdue won a one possession game. It always seems to come down to the last couple shots, but certainly this year could be no different. Purdue is favored by 5. Who do you like in this one?
I think Maryland pulls off the upset. I'm just not impressed with Purdue at all. Travion Williams is a bit inconsistent. Zach Edey is also inconsistent, but both are very good when they're going. Eric Hunter Jr., he's probably their best guard. I like him a lot. He's a great defender. He can shoot, but he's not always consistent also. Same thing as Sasha Stefanovic. This is just a team that isn't consistent enough. And I like Maryland's just the different pieces they have on offense. Eric Ayala. Then you have Aaron Wiggins. You have Dante Scott, Hakeem Hart. They just have a lot of guys that contribute. They don't have a star, but they all know their roles, and that's a big thing. They don't have Anthony Cowan. They don't have Melo Trimble. They don't have Bruno Fernando. They don't have Jalen Smith, but they have a bunch of guys that can play together. And I think Maryland's going to be able to go on the road and pull this one off.
Yeah, I think the smart pick here is Maryland with the points, but I think also I really like the under on this game. The over-unders at 136. I think this will be a defensive grind fest because I don't trust either team offensively to really make plays. So I'll take the under on this one. I'll take Maryland plus the points. I'll say Purdue pulls it out, but I think it's a one possession win in this one.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be pretty close. But what it comes down to me is that Maryland can shoot the ball a lot better than I feel like Purdue can. And they have a lot of guys that can shoot it, like Hart, like Scott. They have bigs that can shoot, something Purdue does not have.
Yes. Unless Zach Edey has like a 6'3" performance, because anything is possible.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
All right, moving on here. It is Michigan at Nebraska. Michigan's favored by 8. Nebraska is certainly much improved from last year. Teddy Allen is looking like a superstar on the for the team. Uh, Delano Banton, the Western Kentucky transfers, pretty good. Trey McGowan's been impressive. Kobe Webster looks pretty good. Uh, but I still like Michigan. I think Hunter Dickinson's been, one of the, I would say probably the best Big Ten freshman this year. Just best of the freshmen that are in the Big Ten. Uh, I think Isaiah Livers, you know what you can expect out of him. Eli Brooks is solid. Shawnee Brown has been, pretty good overall. I think this is just a really solid Michigan team. So I'll take them to win and cover on the road.
Really, that's interesting. I'm gonna go with Nebraska to cover. I think 8's definitely a little too much here. I think it'll be a one possession game. This is just a game that it feels like Nebraska could win. I think Michigan wins. I think Nebraska covers the 8. I just feel like in this game they don't have anybody to really stop Hunter Dickinson consistently enough. But I think they have the better perimeter performance. Delano Banton is a complete mismatch. He's a 6'9" point guard. He can do a lot of things. He's a really good passer. I like Banton a lot. Lot Mayan, or Mayan, I guess it's pronounced. He's a really good shooter as a forward. He's someone to look out for in this game. I think Michigan wins by 2, so I would say Nebraska definitely covers the 8.
All right, and this will take us to the last game of Christmas. It is Iowa at Minnesota. Uh, the over under is at 162 and a half, and the over's looking pretty nice. I do like that because here's the thing. Marcus Carr, no matter what you do, is going to go off. He's going to have 30 in this game. He shows up to these big time games that no one's really paying attention to, but people are paying attention to. Those are the games Marcus Carr lives for. He's here for the non-spotlight. He wants to prove to all the college basketball fans he's great. But to the national media and ESPN's not going to pay attention to Marcus Carr, but college basketball media is going to pay attention to Marcus Carr. This is the Marcus Carr game. He's going to drop 35 and beat Iowa by himself. Just an impressive performance. Booth Gotch will chip in with 15. I'll take Minnesota on the road to win as 5.5 point dogs.
Yeah, I agree. I think Minnesota wins outright. This is just a dangerous game for Iowa. I like Isaiah Enon quite a bit for Minnesota. A good glue guy, elite defender that can defend a lot of positions. And I think he may have his fair share of play on Garza so they can preserve some fouls on Liam Robbins because Garza's going to get his regardless. But Marcus Carr will absolutely decimate Jordan Bohannon. Bohannon cannot keep up with Carr at all. Booth Gotch is a mismatch for C.J. Frederick. There's just so many mismatches that weigh in the favor of Minnesota in this game. So I definitely think the Golden Gophers will defend home court and win.
Yeah, and you mentioned the mismatch. I think Marcus Carr. That's where Marcus Carr tries best because he's super fast, very athletic. He can create his own shot. He's going to have Jordan Bohannon run circles. They honestly probably could move to a situation where they're like putting Wieskamp and Frederick on him. I think he's got that big of an advantage on Bohannon.
Yeah, definitely. I just think that as a whole, I mean, Minnesota's a really good team. I have them in my top 25. I think that they're not that far off of Iowa as a whole. I just like this team so much, and I think that they're going to be able to win and put themselves on a bigger spotlight.